plight. Then the shrine grew deathly still, and our hero...
This isn't much to go on. Mayhap I ought to ask around town.
Got to press
Well
on.
met, sir.
Much needs doing. Might try my hand at a new trade.
Always gotta be in the thing.
Mayhap I ought to ask around town.
Time to be heading home.
Mayhap I ought to ask around town. Hail, friend. Have you a spare moment? I've an eye for people, and my instincts tell me I'm in a bit of a quandary, you see. I'm to be gone for a week, with no one slated to mind the house in my stead. Fear not. I only ask your name to list as a tenant. You needn't bother yourself with the cleaning, and I don't expect you to stay cooped up in there, neither. I'd be much obliged if you'd simply consider my home a waypoint on your travels. Sound appealing? Then come on by and have a look-see. I've taken the liberty of marking the location on your map.
This can't be right ahead.
Would that I could spend
To press
all
on.
day here.
There's much needs doing.
At your leg. Can't work as late as I used to anymore.
Just how I like it.
Tidy. What else needs doing?
My bed, please.
We are never
Out of bed.
The heavens watch over us.
Look, Master, a treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
Come on, have a look. Face
Living's hard, but things are hurrying.
best check.
I'll start before I'm fettered.
This ladder can take us to new heights.
Ah, excellent find.
Well met,
I've
sir.
been here.
Dear me.
Come on back.
Inhabitant. I would expect it.
Suppose I can finish it tomorrow.
Come on, have a look.
Now,
I'm
who was I?
It's just what I need. Well met, sir.
Somehow my people always carry.
Ah, now here's a surprise.
The thrill of discovery never gets old.
Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
Well, Jenny, look, while you're here, eh?
Wish I could go on an adventure.
Gather round, gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by
I will use this opportunity to gather my strength.
Oi there, friend! Care to help a fellow out? All I ask is that you hear my request. What have you got to lose? My thanks, sir. As to the matter at hand, it concerns my ox cart business. I've been holding off service on account of all the monsters on the road, but now I feel prepared to start making trips to Melv again. Only trouble is, there are still monsters about, and I can't help but worry for the safety of the carts. That's where you come in. See, I've got a letter here from Lady Margit, the Watchhead's wife, to be delivered to one Sir Leonard in Melv. I'd like you to accompany the cart in my stead and see to it that the letter reaches its recipient. What say you, friend? Splendid! I knew I was right to put my faith in you. Now, the carts only depart at certain hours of the day, but I find that time flies when I take a seat at the station to wait. And mind you don't forget to pay your way before you board. That's standard practice. Each cart travels with an escort of trained soldiers, see? In case it encounters any monsters out on the road. So anyone thinking of riding for free will have to take the issue up with them. But enough of my lecturing. Just make sure that... Oh, and I'll pay your fare this time. See, come find me when you've delivered that letter.
We need only deliver it to the intended recipient.
Whatever am I to do?
I'm not taking any passengers just now, sir.
I'm dead on my feet after today's training.
The sight of yon ox cart has brought all my fatigue to the fore. Shall we climb aboard?
Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
This ox cart's bound for Mel.
I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
There's adventure.
Wearing armor all day.
There's a ladder here.
After you, Arisen. I could do this all day.
We have reached our destination.
There are worse ways to travel, I suppose.
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went look.
Aye, what can I do for you? Ah, a letter from Lady Margit, you say? It is a fair way you've come, then. My thanks. She's a kindly sort, I must say. We met when I worked with her husband, Sir Gregor, on one occasion. Now she...
Shall we report our results?
Well met, sir. How might I be of service? Always a pleasure.
Nothing.
Fancy a look at my wares? Do come again. Well met. Sir.
Today?
I will not let anyone...
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhaps his time I went looking.
It's this way.
Will this take long? I've ought to be doing.
Time to be heading home.
Take opportunities as they come.
Time to be heading home. This ox cart's bound for the... I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
It's been a hard day.
Speaking of which, by my eye, you lack surety in your step.
Some might find it useful.
Suppose I ought not shun rehearsal.
Ah, you've returned. How did you fare on the journey to Melv? Splendid! You've been an immense help, I must say. The cart reached its destination, safe and sound, and from the tell of it, you even rid the road of a few monsters. You've certainly...
Ox carts seem a convenient choice for longer journeys. I see no harm in making use of them as needed, Master.
Right you are.
This may require delicate touch.
What to do?
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few.
Life's been pretty kind to me.
I'll just pick this up.
I've been fine fettled, mate.
Tell is, Vermund was once a beastren kingdom.
Fascinating.
Indeed. Though 'tis not widely known among the common folk.
Opportunities as they come, I say. Anywhere right now.
Thought to take a moment to replenish my strength.
Suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We'll find a use for it, I'm sure.
Sunset draws near.
Where we do not fall prey.
We've found a hidden path. This sort of discovery really lifts the spirits.
Do you mean to proceed? My, you're a bold one.
Well, the thief's agility makes them a tricky opponent. Try not to let them get the upper hand.
One should not be too careful.
This is it then. My time has come.
must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
Let us endeavour to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot. Well met. Looking to make a purchase? Cheers. Hope to see you again. Our master has given us an order. Surely you do not intend to disobey?
Now, there's a worthy prize. If only 'tweren't so far away.
I'll claw out his eyes.
Your Majesty, your timing is impeccable. I just thought to call for you. 'Tis not a matter for prying ears. Pray, let us speak out here.
Whatever am I to do?
Not sure what they expect. In the crowd. No call, come on.
Well met, sir.
Oh, this is a conundrum.
Gander? Fine wares.
Ivanhoe for rumors of forbidden drink or lovely revival
As I informed you when last we spoke, the palace is filled with the Queen Regent's sycophants. Should Disa denounce your Majesty as a false arisen, few would elect to doubt her. Yet if we are to prove your identity, I believe there is no occasion more suitable than the coronation. It was delayed so that the sovereign, that is, the false arisen, could convalesce in the palace. But the day the central players in the court ought all be in attendance. 'Twould be a fine opportunity to display your Majesty's power. None would be able to deny that you are the true arisen then. There is a problem, however. Entry to such an event is limited to the chosen few. Only select members of the nobility and citizens who have contributed greatly to Vermont's continued prosperity will be granted entry. If your Majesty is to be counted among them, you will need to attend to a number of tasks. Pray, Allow me to summarize them for you. The citizenry have called upon my soldiers to cull monsters that plague the land. I dare say, 'twould be a fine contribution were you to accomplish these tasks unaided. What say you? Might I ask for your cooperation in this matter? I thank you, Your Majesty. There are 3 locales that have seen significant trouble of late. The first is Trevo Mine, to the northwest. We've had reports of goblins swarming in great numbers. Next is Half Village, west of Burnworth. I believe soldiers have already been dispatched to cull an infestation of saurians there. Finally, there is a call for someone to locate a group of soldiers tasked with delivering freight. They were last seen crossing the second bridge on the eastern edge of Vermont.
There is no shortage of beasts that need
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as the true Arisen. You will need to infiltrate the palace to gather evidence of Deez's misdeeds. I hesitate to ask something so dangerous of you, yet I fear we have few other options. I have attempted to do the same through my own channels for now, though I have yet to uncover so much as a whisper of her plots. Would that I could undertake the task myself, but my station prohibits me from reckless action. What say you, Your Majesty? Might I ask this task of you? I shall ensure that the door to the Queen Regent's office is open between midnight and dawn. Pray use that time to conduct your investigation. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. Of all those who serve the Queen Regent, there is but one who I have no doubt will lend his support to Your Majesty's cause. I refer to Waldar, a magistrate. Many a time has Deeza demanded Waldar amend the Code of Vermont to her own benefit. And many a time has the magistrate refused her, for he is loyal to none but the spirit of the law. As a result, he now sits in a cell beneath the palace. Our laws dictate that Your Majesty is our rightful ruler. Thus, as the staunchest supporter of the law known to the palace, I'm quite confident that Waldor will be willing to vouch for Your Majesty. What say you? Might you be willing to aid me in arranging the magistrate's release? I've prepared a means for you to enter the palace dungeons. This mission demands the utmost secrecy. Should you be discovered, I will be unable to lend aught in the way of aid.
Welcome to the Star Drop. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a cup to start you off? Fancy a gander? Fine wares all.
You've come. So, what say you? Would you care to live here in my absence? As I've said, many thanks, friend. I knew I could count on you. I'll stop by again in a week's time, but till then, farewell.
I'm all for camping, but solid walls are a joy that can't be beat. And ours for a full week at no charge. What a steal!
I quite agree.
Another day of work awaits.
Got to try to enjoy life wearing
I might nod off if I'm not You're acting up.
What could yon chest be hiding? I must know!
Let us hope your curiosity will be rewarded.
It's this way.
Where to next?
If I sleep on my
Well,
woes,
son, how might I be at... Look, Master, a treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
now, how best to proceed?
That Sir Ludolf is a real lecher. Tell is, he keeps a dozen or so mistresses at once. And just the other day, he praised my wife for her beauty. You know what that means, don't you? He wants her for himself. Well, I tried to change the subject, divert his attention elsewhere. He'll find a way to get what he wants, even if it means taking it by force. Vile reprobate.
It is our duty to see this peace protected.
I quite like it here.
If you must... Let's go off on your own.
You are the Arisen, yes? Follow me!
I'll take any chance not to think on my troubles.
I shall suffer none to disturb this peace.
Some of us get complacent. I train every day.
I always draw the short straw. I'd sooner stay out of that.
Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards spy you, I will be forced to play my part.
Would that all my days were so tranquil.
Monsters range nearer than e'er they dared before.
My papa really... Thank
Who's there? Pray, keep your voice low. 'Twouldn't be good for either of us if someone was summoned to come check on me. Could it be that you have come to bring Mother's schemes to light? Aye, Disa is my mother. Pray forgive me for not telling you sooner. 'Twas never my intent to deceive you. I'd simply feared that if I spoke the truth, none would wish to involve themselves with me. But that is no longer a concern. 'Tis clear that we are allied in purpose. My word, you mean to say that you are the true Arisen? That the Sovereign currently... Could Mother have had a hand in that as well?
Regent Kin Sven appears to be missing from his chambers. Have you seen him?
Me? No, sir.
Then start searching, you fool. Should aught befall the Regent Kin, 'tis us who'll answer to her grace.
Forgive me. My absence seems to have made this rather more difficult for us. This room turned up little of interest. But I've a mind to look into this further. I'll head out first and speak with the sentinels. Use...
How are we to fight with such worn-out gear?
Feels eerie with no one about.
I'm sure I can handle this. Thomas. Always a fresh breeze blowing round here.
Now, how best to proceed?
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
I'd not come here by choice.
Wakestone shards are treasures to be prized, though only when made whole can they work their magic.
We ought to keep it with care, lest we lose it. Oof. My pack's grown rather heavy.
Well, let us make haste for the nearest town. I'd rather sell our pickings at market than toss them aside. I would appreciate your swift return, Master. A fell unease begins to gnaw at me when you are gone over long.
'Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
So tired. Barely the vim to tie my boots.
Like it or not, I must go where duty calls.
Have you come to release me from this jail? Who are you? Oho! The ruler, you say. Claim you to be Arisen as well. I must applaud the audacity of spinning. So the possibility certainly stands that the man currently residing in the palace is but a pretender. Ah! They say the Arisen's breast bears a wound akin to the dragon's claw. By that mark, 'twould seem 'tis true. This reminds me of a happening 148 years ago. During the reign of Regent Alphonse, a man named Crusoe appeared and claimed to be Arisen. He went before the people, insisting that he, and not Regent Alphonse, was the true Arisen, the one fit to lead them as their ruler. And what befell him, you ask? Ha! Crusoe was discovered to be a liar, whereupon his head was liberated from his shoulders on... Aye, I dare say your arrival portends another beheading, but whose will it be, Escape? But why? Here, I spend my days perusing the code and deciphering old texts. I can devote all my time to my own interests. And I need not turn my ear to Deesa's absurd demands. That said, if you know of a place with a mountain of tomes I could delve into, I might rethink the matter. Tell me, does that ring any bells? I suspected as much. Then we are done here.
The magistrate seeks a place to quench his thirst for knowledge. Where might we find one, I wonder?
Let me think on that a while.
I should very much like to rejoin you, Master.
Got to sell off what I can while I'm in
crops
town.
aren't faring so well.
Arms, arms for the poor. Pray grant the... Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks.
I'll hold on to this.
Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks. Ah, hold on a moment, Sir Arisen. Perchance you would be willing to aid me with another matter. You see, one of the children we care for here at the Gracious Hand has gone missing. Malcolm, his name is. He's a steady lad. I can't imagine he would have run away. This building's very old. It could be that he's found himself in some strange corner of it. Might I impose on you to search for him?
Gathering clues will be essential to our success in this matter.
I quite agree.
This place now fails to calm my spirit. A short repose would do me a world of good. The betterment of the
The pursuit of betterment is an endless journey.
Is Malcolm all right? We were supposed to go exploring together, but I overslept, and he went with a wish he'd woken me up. I was really looking forward to going down into those vaults. Oh no.
My path is sure. Of course, no one is bothered.
Barely dragged my ass out of bed.
Malcolm? All he's doing of late is picking through rubble. Don't know why he bothered.
We'd best report back.
Vaults, you say? By my knowledge, they were sealed off. Ah, but you mentioned rubble, aye? And perhaps the lad found a way through. Come, I fear there's not a moment to lose. Pray, follow me, and quickly.
If I sleep on my woes, mayhap.
I believe this is the place to which the children were referring. Look, there, a hole. Could he have passed through here? There is naught to be done but have a look for ourselves. The passage ahead looks small, but we may be able to squeeze through. Let us make haste.
This is generally used as a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations. Lucky us. That's worth taking.
Water is nigh invisible in this gloom.
No few times has an overconfident step soaked my boots.
You too? I'm glad I'm not the only one. We fight! But of course there isn't. You may depend upon me.
Malcolm, thank goodness you are unharmed. You have my eternal gratitude, Sir Arisen. Now I can breathe freely at last.
Sir Kendrick, you'll never believe what I've found. It's just up ahead. Books, sir. Books, books, and more books. It's like some sort of secret workshop.
Truly? Perhaps we ought to take a look.
We ought to follow close behind.
That's just what I was thinking.
Over here!
Heavens above!
Isn't it amazing? And I found it. Me.
'Tis quite a find indeed. Is this some manner of archive? Why, I've ne'er seen so many books. This collection must be worth a fortune. Might I ask that you not share the existence? We cannot allow the knowledge accumulated here to be misused, or we ought to entrust its care to someone worthy, someone who can appreciate its true value. As for you, Malcolm, I forbid you from telling anyone else about...
Oh, but...
However, in exchange for your silence, you may come and go as you please. Let's investigate this place's secrets together, eh?
Here boggles the mind.
The books ne'er seem to end.
These writings could be of import.
Let's have a look then. To charge ahead may be to rush headlong into danger. Let us take care to move as one.
Be sure to keep your wits about you. If you must go off on your own, there's naught to be done. I only hope you'll return sooner rather than later.
'Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
I'm dead on my feet after today's training.
I'm surrounded by winches on all sides.
Well, have you found some place I might say? Oh, to think such a place existed. Guide me outside, then. If you can deliver me.
I'd rather not draw speed if I can avoid it.
Can't expect to fare so well every day.
Guide me outside, then. This should be far enough. If you truly are arisen, then words may be wind, but there's naught else I can offer you at present. Pray, mayhap the knowledge I've gained reading tomes of Eld could be of some use to you.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered. Here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few. This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
After you, Arisen.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
What did you think of that story? 'Twas well told and all, but not particularly exciting, eh? I mean, it's the sort of thing you hear bandied about the tavern every other night, isn't it? I'd heard tell of a beggar doing well for himself, so I came out here to learn his ways. Haven't learned much, that's for sure. And by the look of it, he doesn't appear to be making much for his efforts, neither. So where's all his coin coming from, then? Makes a man wonder, it does. Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my tale entertain you? No, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate it.
Welcome to the Star Drop Inn. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour? Always a pleasure. Welcome to the Star Drop Inn. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a... Come back any time.
Greetings, Your Majesty. Have you...
Welcome.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. How fared your mission? Was there aught suspicious to be found in the Queen Regent's office? This scrap. 'Twas part of a letter, and from Batal no less. This alone can prove little, but 'tis clear that Deeza's schemes run deep. To think, Deeza's actions have weighed even on the mind of her own son. 'Tis a surprise, but a welcome one. Disa is the doting mother before the Regent King. If Regent King Sven is willing to aid us by drawing Disa's focus, we may be able to gain more useful information. You have done well, Your Majesty. Though I am limited in the aid I'm able to offer, I bid you, take this.
What could the Queen Regent be plotting?
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. It seems Magistrate Wardor has been safely delivered from his cell. The man's dedication to justice shall doubtless be a great boon to our cause. Mayhap 'twould be prudent to visit the man on occasion and avail yourself of his vast stores of wisdom. He might have knowledge that could benefit you on your travels. Now, would you be so kind as to return the key I lent you? I thank you. Pray, take this.
Outstanding.
We have achieved our objective.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. While examining the palace ledger for evidence of the Queen Regent's misdeeds, I made it for some time now. It seems she has been diverting a veritable mountain of gold to the daily purchase of sweet crown flower. What's more, this inexpedient spending habit is recorded to have begun the very day on which Arthur, the would-be Arisen, appeared on the scene. This cannot be mere happenstance. I can only conclude that these sums are passing into the hands of Arthur himself. Yet 'tis strange, for sweet crown flowers only grow on the eastern edge of Vermont. I dare say 'twas not an item chosen idly. Mayhap this knowledge will guide us in our pursuit of the false sovereign. 'Tis a frail hope to be certain. Yet all the same, I would ask that Your Majesty venture to Vermont's eastern edge and probe into this young man's origins. I am glad to hear it, for I cannot shake the feeling that uncovering the identity of the false sovereign is the key to unraveling Disa's scheme and securing your enthronement. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. For some time now, 'twas said that the false sovereign was recovering from his battle wounds. But as I hear it, he is now well enough to walk unaided. And so, in honor of his supposed valor, the false sovereign's identity is still beyond our ken. Even the matter of from where he hails remains a mystery. But mayhap approaching the false sovereign at one of these gatherings could afford you a glimpse into the man behind the mask. What say you, Your Majesty? Might I ask this to my thanks? Some of the sentries posted at the masquerades are under my command. Once your infiltration is successful, you will need only don a mask and act the part of an invitee. Few will think to be wary. Here. This should suffice to help you. Take care, Your Majesty. There is masquerades being as they are. You will much is made of appearances at such gatherings, and 'twould be wisest to dress the part when joining the other.
Lots to do. Precious.
Well met, sir. I thought so. She's not stopped talking of her adventure since she arrived home. That girl's always running off on some fool's errand or other, for all my chiding. Now listen, 'tisn't much, but I'd fain offer you a discount on...
Nice to see you again.
A treasure chest.
You're always so... Wish I could go on an adventure.
Welcome and well met. Don't think I forgot... Gotten your discount now. I'll do come again.
This really is fine.
I've all manner of arms for sale. Come, have... yourself a look. It takes two to make a sale, and this seller had nothing to... tempt us with. Our funds are better spent elsewhere.
The Arisen is ever prudent in the application of coin. I sense eyes upon us.
Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right on the roads? Despite the hour? You know where to find me.
I fear I've no wisdom to offer.
Well then, son, how might I be of service?
There's a ladder here.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
Where will the wind blow me today, I wonder? A pleasant spot to while away an afternoon.
Well, he's rooted in the soil.
At last, the moment I've been waiting for. Allow me to gather these up.
Could have sworn I had ought to attend to.
A welcome respite from all that hustle and bustle.
Nary a thing more tiring than making conversation.
Let them talk. I'm too old to care.
Now, where was I headed?
Silence cultivates wisdom.
Sometimes this is the only place I can find peace.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Where might I go to spend a few hours in trouble?
Just one last push, and I'll be done for the day.
Whatever am I to do?
'Tis uncommonly rare, this. I look forward to informing my own master of its finding when I return beyond the rift.
Something smells like I'm strong and my mind. Oh, nice place. I'm not going to leave.
There's comfort in the humdrum of daily life.
Keep my arms strong and my mind sharp. Where might I go to spend a few hours untroubled?
There's comfort in the humdrum of daily life.
My mind sharp.
All the others made it. Why's my luck so rotten?
To break the law is to be thrown in jail.
I've heard that jailers are paid a pittance, despite the hardships of their work.
Then we'd best keep some coin on hand to ease our potential warders' suffering, and make them an ally to our cause.
I like to come here when I need a minute to think.
'Tis our duty to see this money can buy comfort, sure, but not.
I would appreciate your swift return, Master. The fell unease begins to gnaw at me when you are gone over long.
'Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
Mayhap you've been misinformed, sir, but there isn't to be a masquerade this day.
Find someone to buy me a drink.
Such peace reigned eternal. Our soldiers.
It seems we must part ways for the time being.
I could see myself.
I can gladly while away
Place
an
to
afternoon.
soothe the spirit, this.
Some of us get
I must ask you to comport yourself with the utmost civility.
You're far from your station, are you not?
nary an engaging tale to be had in all the court.
I must be vigilant. Townsmen.
That'll do. Can't hold my ale like I used to.
Sometimes I wonder if I'd be better off a hermit.
Well, it's rooted in the soil of love.
What is that?
This place is awful dark.
I've more time than I know how to spend.
Now this is a conundrum.
I ought to head home before I get an earful.
'Twould seem I drank such drink that I am drunk.
Well now, you're...
What is it? Has something happened?
We have it on good authority that a suspicious individual passed through here.
We need to scour the area.
Well, scour all you like. You won't find
In here.
I've been here the whole time. Open up! Open this door right now. We're coming in.
You're dressed rather austerely for a patron.
My humblest apologies, Lady Wilhelmina. We've had reports of an unseemly character in the vicinity, you see, and...
Preposterous. I was out front till but a moment ago, and I did not see so much as a shadow.
Be that as it may.
You are excused. Leave this place, ere you invite our noble host's wrath upon yourself. I will summon you if aught is amiss.
Pray forgive the intrusion.
And what business have you here? In the nobles' playground? You've the face of someone in search of a juicy morsel. Would you be looking for this, perchance?
Come on, then. Keep pouring. Do you take me for some green lad who can't handle his cups? I'm your damned king, and a king deserves royal treatment.
Of course, Your Majesty. Tell us, Your Majesty, would you prefer more drink, or shall we find some other way to amuse ourselves?
Aye. Let's change things up.
I believe I cautioned you to keep your drunken revelry in check, lest you forget these celebrations of your valor are but a pretense for more serious matters.
I know. I do. It's just I get the poison in me and things happen is all.
You need only serve as our false king until Sven becomes consul. Till then, however, you would do well to remember that your role demands a certain degree of dignity. I trust you understand your position, Your Majesty.
Nay, I mean I. As you say, I'll go and sober up.
Why not remove yours as well? This is not the masquerade hall, and we now find ourselves quite alone. What say we dispense with such pretenses and speak openly with one another, Lord Phaesus?
That will do. If you're discovered, yours won't be the only head that rolls. What is your purpose here, I wonder? If you came to learn of the Sovereign, then 'tis as you have seen. The man is naught but a ale-swilling pretender propped up by the Queen Regent. Of course, that begs the question. If he's a mere mummer, then where might our true Arisen be? You'd best go. I'll do what I can to help you make your escape. As you can see, I run an establishment that caters to certain pleasures. You're welcome to come and play anytime, if you escape with your life, that is. Know, however, that our services do not come cheap.
Could have sworn I had ought to attend. Oh, please let that.
So this is where you were, Master. I searched high and low for you.
Our party is reunited. Surely we can ask for no more than that.
One can never have too many materials. I'll harvest some now. Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
After you, Arisen.
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares all.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. Well, well. He is merely Disa's puppet, then. 'Tis likely that he knows naught of her schemes. Even were he to be removed, I suspect some other would simply be made to take his place. But if there's aught that compels my attention, 'tis this other man you mention. Phaesus, was it? He seems a man of import, and yet I have never heard of him. Pray, allow me to investigate this matter further. You've done well.
Queen Regent Disa appears to be working in concert with this Phaesus fellow, but what precise...
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. I bear word from Regent Ken Sven, your Majesty. He espied the delivery of a suspicious package to a man named Allard, a minister who happens to be one of the Queen Regent's staunchest and most powerful allies in the palace. From the pains he took to remain on scene, 'tis plain that Allard wished this delivery kept away from prying eyes. That alone is reason to suspect a connection to Disa's schemes. We must get to the bottom of it. The Regent Kin intends to call Allard to his chambers come nightfall. He bids you to use this opportunity to search the minister's chambers and see if there's aught to be learned. I shall ensure that the door to the Minister's chambers is open between midnight and...
We have been entrusted with a task. Let us approach it with all due care.
We're off to Vernworth Palace, then.
Well met, sir. Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right? On the roads, despite the hour. You know where to find.
I fear I've no wisdom to offer.
Well met, sir.
All this patrolling does a number on my shoulders.
Greetings. Well, here we conduct all manner of procedures pertaining to vocations. If there is aught I may assist you with, simply say the word. Forgive me, but you see, as we currently have no archer staves or great swords on hand, and we cannot simply purchase more, as the delivery of arms intended for the local armory and... So regrettably, I cannot assist you. Let me see. What else can I tell you of our guild? Methinks Roderick will be able to tell you aught of the stock. He runs the local armory, and we purchase almost all of our stock from him. May fortune smile upon you, sir.
We'll not find anything if we don't start looking.
Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right? On the roads, despite the hour. Much obliged.
Time to be heading home.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few.
If you must go off on your own...
You are the Arith. Follow me!
Might look to partner up with someone else.
Would that such peace reign the town?
Anyone gives me trouble, they'll taste steel. I'd soon.
Stay out. I've naught to look forward to but a long day of work.
Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards espy you, I will be forced to claim you.
I wish the minister would be more careful. He takes the sentinel posted outside his chamber.
Do you recall that package from Batawa delivered to the minister's chambers last week?
Well, aye. It happened just yesterday, in fact.
What business could be so pressing that I'm...
I would not presume to know, my lord. However, it must be a highly sensitive matter for the Regent Kin to request a private audience.
Oh, perhaps the boy has finally grown wise to the benefits my favor can bring.
My lord, if someone were to overhear...
Oh, unwring your hands, you fool! As if anyone in this palace would dare say a word against me. Now, if Wilhelmina calls, tell her to await me in my chambers. I will return.
Surely none more important than this. I speak of the ascension of the Sovereign.
Indeed. But that, Your Grace, would be better discussed in the presence of...
Be vigilant. The towns those recruits don't know pommel.
Well, well. We meet again. Is this stealthy business becoming a habit of yours?
Oi!
Who goes there? Who's there?
Tut, tut. Now, this just won't do. How's a lady supposed to work with all these interruptions?
Oh, it is you, Lady Wilhelmina.
Mm-hmm. Do excuse us. We thought to enjoy a little fresh air. Though we had hoped for slightly more privacy, if you catch my meaning.
Apologies, milady. But might I ask the name of your companion?
Are you sure it would be wise? Such knowledge has been known to cost a man his head.
Understood, milady. If anyone asks, I shall say I saw naught.
A narrow escape. You should count yourself lucky that he was so easily flustered. I don't appreciate having my motives questioned. I did as I saw fit. Need I say more? Something tells me this shan't be the last I see of you. Perhaps you'll be good enough to repay me when next we meet. Off you go now. If you wish to speak further, 'twill have to wait.
All seems well here, but you can never be sure.
I'm in fine. I'll take any chance not to think on my troubles.
It seems you've made a discovery regarding the false sovereign.
Not much going on.
Pray, slow your feet! You run too fast for the likes of me!
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
Wonder if anyone has noticed on this side.
I don't know what to do.
Days like this make me glad to be alive. This really is fine craftsmanship.
Interested in my wares?
Off to market I go.
Weary at this hour, sir? You must have quite a... Much obliged. Weary at this hour, sir? You must have quite a... tale to tell.
Shall we get some rest then?
'Tis a relief to be home. Let us just say that not all Arisen are quite like you.
Good morrow, everyone.
Off we go then.
A new day, a new perspective.
Mayhap I ought to ask around town.
What a bloody disgrace.
How do you like that?
Dare I say it? We trounced our foe well and true.
Well, I'm sure there's still room for improvement.
There's a ladder here.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above. What?
Do stop and have a look. I've wear
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it? I'll go and open the chest.
Gather round, gather round. Treat your ears.
Dare I presume I've caught your eye?
There was a patient man.
This looks as good a place as any.
It hurts.
Well met, sir.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. I know this sigil well. 'Tis the crest of the neighboring country of Batal. Let me see. It reads, "True to our word, we offer you the power of the Godsway. Pray make haste in securing Melv, that all might be made ready ere our plans are set in motion." A meager clue, to be certain. Though, 'tis clear that the Queen Regent conspires with Batal. Though the political situation is stable at present, much blood has been spilled between Vermund and its neighbor in the past. I fear such a partnership would only portend the drawing of more. At any rate, 'twould seem our search has led us to only more questions. Chief among them, what is meant by securing Melv and this Godsway? I will investigate these matters as best I can. In the interim, Your Majesty, should you have time to spare, might you make for Melv? Only once we have gleaned a fragment of the Queen Regent's plot can we begin to thwart it. And ere it slips my mind, pray, take this.
Queen Regent Disa appears to be working in concert with this Phasus fellow.
There's no doubt enough more than a saucy room, though.
Could have sworn I had ought to.
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares all.
Lots to do.
Head to market, he thinks.
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen, do not forget that we work to serve the city.
They shan't be able to take their eyes
What
off
to
me.
make of this?
Times are hard.
At least I have my life.
Been catching naught but fry of late.
Trade favors. Perhaps a stroll through town. See why.
This ox-cart's bound for the checkpoint rest town. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
Enough!
I might just let you use the dignity of it.
What ought I to do? Magic. Wait a moment. That's enough.
I must keep a clear mind.
It's this way. Not of a mind to fight today, Arisen?
Let us defer to the Arisen's judgment.
I knew it to be so.
I must
A profitable endeavor.
Some battles simply can't run.
Have you come from Vernworth, the ancient battleground to the... In times past, 'twas safe enough a night. Since a few days past, skeleton... It could be that aught's befallen the cenotaph. I'd heard the spirits had calmed somewhat. Say, if I cannot dissuade you from traversing the ancient battleground, would you consider passing by... Could it be aught's if I cannot dissuade you from pressing on...
This way.
Say, you wouldn't happen to have seen a pretty stone lying about, would you? One befitting was stolen from me while I was delivering it. And if Master Everard should... 'Tis no exaggeration. He's to be quite truthful. I'd intend working under a man such as him. I'd only get chewed up till he decided to spit me out. Unless you were to find it for me. Would you, sir?
The jadeite orb could be anywhere now. Perchance we ought to speak with someone who has experience in banditry.
Peruse at your leisure, sir.
I'm dead tired.
Greetings. You are the... Tell me, in your comings and goings, he seems to have vanished while in possession of a treasure known as the jadeite. And if I may be candid, our primary concern is not the merchant. 'Tis an item of precious importance to myself and my partner. And in my hour of need, who should wander by but the good Arisen? What say you, sir? Would you be so kind as to... You will be rewarded handsomely for your service.
Sirs Offulf and Everard each seek the jadeite orb. To whom ought we to grant it? Assuming we find the thing at all.
Welcome, sir. If you think me a liar, then buy something and see the truth for yourself. Ah, I see you desire one of my masterpieces. Very well. I shall have your order crafted in good time. A little patience is all I ask. Many thanks to you.
The Jadeite orb is safely in hand.
So, how goes it? Did you manage to retrieve the Jadeite orb? Very well. Pray...
Interested in my wares? Can't remember the last time I had a proper meal.
I only pray my watch finishes without incident.
Suppose I'd best get to work.
Go on,
Off to my
have a
fight.
look.
I only pray my watch finishes without incident.
What rank's that fellow?
I think Scott told us. Someone comes. How might I be of service?
Not much has changed since I was a girl.
Welcome, sir. If you think me a liar, then buy something and see the truth. The item you requested is complete. Here you are. Sir, use it well. Many thanks to you.
I cannot imagine what purpose this forgery might serve, but mayhap 'twill become clear in time.
My heart shies from the thought of using it for deception. But that decision is not mine to make.
Reckon your trade towns can make you right sick of crowds, but here, at least...
We must rest. Though this...
You'll not believe that... A good sleep does wonders.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Feeling rested, I trust?
So, how goes it? Did you manage to retrieve the Jadeite orb? Before we discuss your reward, however, there is what you see in my line of work. Trust is paramount. And so come, I trust old Ibrahim's eye most of all. Let us pay a visit.
Follow my lead.
Good day, Ibrahim. Would you be... Now, I have a bit of business to attend to while he performs his appraisal. He ought to be finished by now. Come, let us go... You have done your title proud, Arisen. My partners shall be most relieved to hear of its return. You have certainly earned your reward, and I do hope you will permit me to call upon you again.
So this is where you were, Master. I searched high and low for you.
You take care not to stray so far next time.
There you are! Pray, tell me, have you found the Jadeite orb? Oh, thank you, thank you! Now my freedom is assured. Pray, take this. A note isn't much, but I've naught else to offer. Right, I'd best get going. Sir, though we may ne'er meet again, know.
I fear we have done Sir O'Fulve an unkindness. May he find the strength to weather his troubles.
A cheerless outcome for all involved.
If our destination is a distant one, travel by ox cart might be worth considering.
I wouldn't mind a chance to doze off as the hills roll by.
Welcome, sir. If you've a chat after all. 'Tis folly to linger on a single vocation when there are so many exciting methods of combat to be tried. Always a pleasure.
Dull days for us are as if I don't have enough to do.
Well, hello. Oh, there's always demand for weapons, particularly near the board. Where quarrels occur. Every other day. Always a pleasure.
Have we any gold left after that extravagance?
Surely a bit of overspending every now and again cannot hurt.
Well, oh, there's always demand for weapons, particularly near... the border, where quarrels occur. Every other day. always a pleasure. Why? Peruse.
Interested in my wares? Might treat us to a roast tonight.
I've an inkling this place will yield a rarity or two.
Well, well. That's quite a discovery.
This is generally used as a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations. I'll harvest what I can, should it please you. Come to think of it, we're all of differing vocations, aren't we?
Our respective abilities are unique as well.
At the end of the day, our vocations are of little import. Mutual trust is what counts. Was most effective. My sword strikes true.
You are in need of healing. Allow me. Wait a moment.
It's a pleasure to serve you, Master.
I knew that I could count upon your strength, Arisen. 'Tis a glad thing we rested when we did.
We must not let down our guard.
Look, Master, a treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use. Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favour.
Try not to get hit. Let's not let a vehicle go to waste.
Well done!
This one.
I am saved. Thank you, Arisen.
My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait right there.
Leave it to me, Arisen. Let me be the one to collect it. Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
That was impeccably timed, Arisen.
found a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
We are none of us alike in vocation.
That is most fortuitous.
I see it as a glad thing. We are well poised to supplement each other's strengths.
Treasure chest. I can hardly wait to open it.
Let us hope your curiosity will be rewarded. Turn out! I'd sooner not battle those with whom we are. Yet if they mean us harm, we can but defend ourselves.
It is as you say.
The arisen has been torched. Quick, douse the blaze!
Master, you require assistance?
You are in need of healing. Allow me. Wait a moment.
You're like to grow overburdened if you keep picking up every little trinket you find. Tis rather narrow here. Be on your guard.
We ought to hasten our steps, lest we find ourselves trapped. Whoops. I suppose there is such a thing as too much sleep.
Mayhap you will think this a trifle, but... Curious thing. One of my former masters chose to hire only women. I wonder why.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind. Can't wait to find out what's inside.
Now, what might that be?
Let us ponder how best to proceed.
Ah, now here's a surprise.
The thrill of discovery never gets old.
Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
We cannot break it from this side.
So it goes. I'll gather these now. It would be a shame to forget their location when we need them most. Look, oxen! How tranquil.
'Tis best to leave harmless creatures be. Well, we've eaten our fill. What say we settle our stomachs with a few hours' sleep?
Do watch where you're going. You'll hurt yourself.
Venom harpies! Avoid their venom at all costs!
This foe seems unlikely to catch a chill, however cold our ice attacks may be. Leave it to me, Arisen.
No! The Arisen has been poisoned!
Over so soon? Why, we seem to have come through unscathed.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
Efficiency at its best.
Would that we might always be so in step, eh?
Prepare yourself!
Are we ignoring the enemy today? Yes, Master? You require assistance?
Stay with me, Prison. Wait a moment. One of us has been poisoned!
So tired. I've barely the vim to tie my boots.
You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use.
Poison ought to be cured with all due haste. Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
No harm in picking a few.
I'll slit your bleeding throat.
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, I shall follow your lead and prioritize support.
'Twas a fine journey we shared. Wherever your travels
If ever you've need of an ear to listen, you have... Ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
They can be most convenient, though they only travel during the day.
Town.
Have a look.
Well, there's always demand for weapons, particularly near the... border where quarrels occur. Every other day. Do come again? Why? Peruse at your leisure, sir. Well, there's always demand for weapons, particularly near the border where... quarrels occur every other... day. Always a pleasure.
My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait a moment.
Oi, you there! I don't mean to pry, only it's my grandson, a boy by the name of Rod.
Morris! I've just found out Roger's been abducted by beasts.
What?
I've just heard news. Rod was seen being dragged off.
Oh, my poor boy.
Morris, think what you're saying, friend.
We can't...
Do you truly expect me to do? The soldiers won't do aught for him. Consarn it all. He's right. But what else am I to do? If I do not hasten to the poor lads, do you truly mean if you return him to me, I will be forever?
I say we speak with anyone and everyone who springs to mind. You never know what sort of useful tidbits we might turn up.
Days like this make me glad to be alive.
How'd I end up?
Welcome, sir. If you think me a liar, then buy something and see the truth for yourself. Ah, I see you desire one of my masterpieces. Very well. I shall have your order crafted in good time. A little patience is all I ask. The creation of a masterpiece takes time, sir. Pray do. Many thanks to you.
Well met, sir. How's the day treating you then?
I'm dead on my feet. But I've much to do yet.
I've got to focus. Where does my replacement system
Such high spirits.
Wonder if anyone has noticed if I'm mistrained.
Suppose I'd best get to work.
Interested in my wares?
This
I've not
looks as
trained
good a
for
place
this.
as any.
Can't work as late as I used to anymore. Welcome, sir. If you think me a liar, then buy something and see. The item you requested is complete. Here you are, sir. Use it well. Ah, I see you desire one of my masterpieces. Very well. I shall have your order crafted in good time. A little... Many thanks to you.
Interested in my wares?
Suppose I ought to earn my pay.
Almost wish aught would happen to shake things up.
This is quite a
Mayhap you'll find
quandary.
yourself a new sword next pay.
Go on, have a look.
Almost wish aught would happen to shake. Go on, have a look.
Lots to do. Precious little time.
Seems my feet always lead me here. Welcome. If you think me a liar, then buy some. The item you requested is complete. Here you are, sir. Many thanks to you.
Well, there's always demand for weapons, particularly near the border, where... quarrels occur every other day. Always a pleasure.
Have a gander at my wares. You shan't regret it. Hope to see you again ere long.
Not bad. That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
I wish I knew your restraint arisen.
Almost nodded off for a moment there.
Polished it this morning.
Poor Rog. He truly is a love, and he's delivered me my remedies many a time. Once, I still recall his smile when he told me about the beautiful... Oh, Rog, will I e'er see your smile?
The flowers that bloom around here glow come nightfall. From what I can glean, the petals absorb the sun's light by day. Isn't that unusual?
I'll feel a sight better once I've had my dinner.
Wearing armor all day feels
Taking a living from the soldier.
Something smells divine. We meet again, sir. It turned out to be a forgery. Have you any idea how... Forgive me, sir. I bear you no ill will. You did all you could. However, if the deception were an intentional one, know that I would use whatever means necessary.
Lots to do. A precious little time.
Wolves, eh? Mayhap you should seek out the Putrid Cave. While en route to deal with I only wish I'd been permitted to investigate the area myself, but I can tell you where it is, sir. You'll find it on the Eastern Road. It is my understanding that the creatures hoard their prey within. Mayhap, if you are thinking of venturing in there yourself, pray make...
I've got a good feeling about this one.
I'll go and open the chest. Turn up! It seems they bear us ill will.
Came up no advantage against this foe. Are we all in the same boat?
I grant you roaring ground.
Got to be something decent going hereabouts.
Hey, cat! There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here? That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
Well, I'm sure there's still room for improvement.
magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
Leave it to me, Arisen.
I'll save you. Your aid is appreciated. Arisen.
Keep on like that and we'll be done here soon enough.
That was certainly worthwhile. I shall take this. Pray, be cautious. Disco has an alarming fondness for those who perceive as female.
'Tis a tendency we won't exploit, and to do so would be to court danger. Was most effective.
Certainly, Arisen. How might I deliver? My curative magic's at your disposal. Right there.
I've got hold of the enemy!
Well said. I march you by a blaze. Use it well. We must rally.
Do not falter. We'll take every ounce of our strength. We can prevail. This brute has quite the temper.
Might be looking for a range to hours on.
'Tis easily done. But of course, Arisen, they depend on me.
An ogre is upon us!
Shame I've no advantage against this foe. Are we all in the same boat? But of course, Arisen, you may depend upon me.
You are in need of healing. Allow me. Wait a moment. Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. You've caught the ogre's attention, Master. Try to keep it occupied. I shan't squander this opportunity.
Save up no advantage against this foe. Are we all in the same boat?
Attack now, while the ogre's attention is fixed on the treacherous prey. Do hurry. Bear in mind that the brute will seek out women with unwavering persistence.
There's a tendency we might exploit, and to do so would be to court danger.
I grant you 5 plays. Use it well. Certainly, Arisen. How might I be of aid? I'll save you! One of us has been down before!
Easily done. Do not falter. We'll take every ounce of our strength, but we cannot prevail.
After all, it all becomes clear. Well done. Into battle. Let us watch our foe carefully to determine our best strategy here. Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. Almost done! That was superb, Arisen. I'm saved. Thank you, Arisen.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few.
Might there be aught over there?
We ought to take a closer look.
just had a thought. Every master I've ever served has favoured different tactics. One party I joined consisted only of ranged specialists. Fascinating.
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. Knowing where...
Visions of roast meat will dance in my head tonight, for all I've stuffed myself.
I would have preferred not to have to fight so soon, but at least I know I'm up for the challenge.
Try not to get hit. Let's all let him go to waste.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements. What about the two friends?
That was impeccably timed, Arisen. There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here? I shan't allow any further harm to come to
We've earned ourselves a pat on the back.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes. I just had a thought. Curious thing. Chose to hire a new window. I wonder why. I grant you roaring flame.
now we've done it. Though 'tis tempting to keep these fell tidings to ourselves, we ought to report back.
We must make our report, however heavy our hearts may be. We have found a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations. Treasure chest! Oh, I can hardly wait to open it!
Let us hope your curiosity will be rewarded. I'll pick that up. We might have need of it.
Pray, slow your feet! You run too fast for the likes of me!
I can't let her harm you. You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use.
Yon statue may yield new sights, if we can reach it.
Climbing it would grant a clearer picture of our environs. Here we go again. Let my knife grant you an elemental wound. disposal. Wait right there. Yes, Master. I shall hasten to your aid.
They're well matched in terms of strength. Best we keep on our toes.
Yes, of course. Never you fret. We all have our moments.
There wasn't fiction there. Do I know you?
Bunch of sluggards.
I can't wait to find out what's inside.
Stand strong!
Not to move on. I expected to simply accept
I grant you fire's blaze. Use it well.
I'll not stand for this.
That's it!
So tired. I'll not stand for this. This can't be happening.
Resting by the likes of you.
Alas, 'twould seem I've taken on too much. Methinks there are rare materials to be found hereabouts.
Well spotted. Shall we see what we can find?
What ought I to do?
Reckon your road's been a long... Trade towns can make you right sick of crowds, but here... At least, you'll find a bit of peace and quiet. Pleasure doing business with... Interested in my wares?
If I sleep on my woes... These writings could be of import.
Shall we take a closer look?
Sir, do you have any news of Rog? What's this? No. Pray let it not be true. I ought to thank you. Here, 'tis not much. Gah.
Was not the conclusion I'd foreseen.
It was a lesson hard learned.
Need anything? Stop by again soon.
Fancy a look at my wares?
Well, hello. Oh, there's always demand for weapons. But particularly near the border, where quarrels are... occur every other day. Do you come again?
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter.
Spending so freely offers a unique sort of joy. Oh, let's keep our noses to the grindstone that we might do it again soon.
I've got to focus.
Your staring, Arisen. Has aught yonder caught your eye?
Nodding off where